You don't know orcs very well, do you? They will. If they know that you're too strong to fight, they will go after the young ones. They will go after the children.
That's why I said go easy on them. Let them run away.
Hello, Crick, do you want to try to explain it to him?
Both of you have valid points. Will we shoulder the burden and blame for not giving in to their demands?
Right. How about this? We kill all the direwolves. Cripple those ones to the north. Leave only a few of them alive. Fine. But then we take the ones to the west. See where they came from. Those are the ones we need to understand what they're. We should interrogate those ones.
Well, I'm pretty sure that I can show you where a few of their lairs might be, says the Zildin. Because Mark's not at his chair.
You just gave me this funny idea of this epic level band of heroes that no villain knows who they are because they never spare anybody. So every time they show up, the guys are like, "Who?"
There was a character built around that concept called. Who was your artificer, Hamlet?
Mervling English. Yeah.
Mervling English.
From a
Man
previous
who had no enemies.
He had no
He had
enemies.
no enemies.
Yeah, but his reputation was, yeah, don't mess with that guy. He has no enemies. They're like, what? Anyone who crosses him is dead. Long buried.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
And Marty is not allowing me to play that character again.
No,
or any
Artificer
character
is a
again.
broken class.
That third-party splat book class is no
yeah.
good.
So I'm like, enjoy it once, just like Summoner Synthesis, enjoy it once.
It was fun.
What do you mean
40,
25 magic missiles?
No, it was 40. It was 40 magic missiles.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Gala finishes his bath.
Yep. And head back.
Ingrid did mention to Galith, Nuara protects you.
So it is. And Heimdall protects you.
Not in that way, but yes. He is a god of protection. Where will you be striking out?
It depends on what the others have in mind. My thought is to break their back right away. Scatter their armies. Smaller bands are more easily dealt with. Better to face raiding parties than a full invasion or siege.
You have my blade and spell, if you need it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But I think it is better that you stay here and protect the village.
She nods.
Give the old master my regards when you see him.
I will let him know that you are striking out. May Heimdall be with you.
And with you.
Galith returns, refreshed, to his companions. They seem to be waiting. The wolf had been brought out by Lokrik. Can he handle animal? Give me a second.
He's barbed.
He did take versatile performance percussions. He's got plus 10 handle animal now. Yeah, so he dragged Uro out, and then he's got the domesticated direboar also kind of packed up and ready to go.
Oh yeah, we need a token for my new horse.
Yes, we do. We need a good draft horse token. Yeah.
Someone Google Mr. Ed.
One hoof attack for yes, 2 hoof attacks for no.
Hey, Gareth, I just killed an orc for you.
What kind of weather is it, Marty?
One.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do we know the weather, Marty?
Give me a second. Let me finish making the token, and I will roll the random weather chart. Oh, by the way, it's hurricane season. No, I'm kidding.
Oh god. Just another thing for
Says no one but the druid.
just another thing for Uruk to just completely just break with his bullshit strength.
Yes. Fuck you, hurricane!
Just stand in the middle of the hurricane
in my robes.
not get blown away.
How does he do it? I flex my toes into the ground!
I think heavy thoughts.
Nice. I think you just pooped a bit.
What was the horse's name again?
Tensender, which is trivia. Is the name of Charlemagne's horse.
I'm probably gonna spell it wrong.
I'll just fix it if it gets spelled wrong.
It's Ten, Sen, and the Der. Like it's
It still doesn't help me.
TenCendur.
Got it, because it could have been TenSen.
DIR. Yeah.
Der.
There we go.
I understand why jockeys are so small. We start looking at pictures of jockeys; they're so small.
Oh yeah. Well,
They are halflings.
I mean, it makes sense because you want the horse to carry as little as possible.
There's Tensender.
Cool. Yeah, that looks good.
Of course, he's got armor and stuff on, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's quite impressive. He's actually a little bit larger than Lamry was, and a male horse, I suppose, female.
Apparently, the war horses of old were actually not particularly huge, but
No, there's two lines of horses.
but yeah, they weren't like draft horse big. So.
Gallup
But
actually,
it's cool.
Gallup had to like do a double kind of take on getting onto Tensender's back because he's a little bit different size than Lamry. Nobody else is a rider like you, so they probably wouldn't have noticed. But Gallup knows that it was like, oh,
It was a little harder.
you
than
kind of did
normal,
an extra bounce when you were getting onto him for the first time.
He pats Tensender on the side of the neck. Well, the thing you've noticed is that this horse went from being sort of lackadaisical and apathetic to being much more alert, much more aggressive than before.
How did you spend your ability point on the horse? It's not a smart horse, right?
No,
Okay.
I gave it a con boost, I believe.
Cool. Urek Cho growls ever so lightly when Uker comes near.
I pet him with a heavy head.
He does that thing that sometimes cats or dogs do. It's like each time you pet them, they kind of do that little growl. Almost like you're kind of like pushing the growl out of them.
That's what you have to do. Show him
Sometimes you
show him
gotta-
his boss.
Don't worry, I'll ride your backup horse.
Yeah, there's a sense that if this newly reborn Tensender wanted to kill Urcho, it would not be hard. He's a very big and very powerful horse.
Okay, Loker gets onto the domesticated dire boar. I guess Zildin is walking. Rosie moves at 30. Lemio.
Just think, soon your skunk will be big enough to ride, and we can be like the coolest party ever.
I think it's next
Lemio's,
level. I think it's 7th level when your skunk becomes large.
So we're moving at 30.
20 if you're going at Lemmy's pace.
why is Lemmy moving
Lemmy's
at
at
20?
30.
Lemmy moves at 30 and
Oh.
actually 40 when he's casting long
Count
strider.
on me.
So Rosie's the thing that's slowing everything down, I think?
Can
Isn't-
I cast Longstrider on Rosie?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I'll do
you
that then.
You can share spell, like you could do personal spells, I believe, on your
Yeah.
companions.
Then that's what I'll do.
And Uberon is at 30?
Oberon's 30, yeah.
Alright, so does Uberon know how to ride an animal?
Oberon, I don't think spent any ranks in. He is a librarian / wizard.
Next level, he can ride Rosie.
Sticking the wizard
Well,
on the
Rosie,
skunk.
what level is Rosie again?
No,
You're
he
level
doesn't
6,
have any
right?
ranks in handle animal and no ranks in ride. So he could, but he's not.
Shouldn't
gonna do
Rosie
it.
be large already?
No, 7th level is
7th
when.
level.
Oh,
Dire
plant
skulls.
is different.
Yep.
Got it.
Each creature becomes large
Has its own.
at a different rate.
Mine got large very fast.
Well, one day I'll be able to cast Overland Flight. It is a circle of spell, however, that I have yet to unlock. He says, and he stiffens his back with pride, like he's not going to be shamed because you guys have a bunch of mutts and and beasts of burden.
Oberon, if you'd like, I could train a horse or other mount for you.
I don't know if this solves the problem now.
You can ride Urikcho. I will just smack him if he's being bad.
We could always get a wagon and put Lemio and Oberon into the back.
You have the boar pull it, yes.
That's what he's for.
I think one of the orc wagons is still available. If not, we can get another cart.
We'll go to the treasure wagon. We loaded up originally.
Get the horse. Treasure horse.
I think this boar needs a name.
It's
Let's call him Piggy.
I heard name Boris.
How many of you here do not have any magic weapons? Other than me?
My axe finally bears enchantment.
As does my bow, thanks, Obi.
Euchre,
Which is
how
what
about
you will
yours?
call him from now on.
Did we do that swap on the treasure? I had a little note there for swapping Reaper of Ruin for the Salamander Spear.
Cyrix is
you
here.
can. Hey man,
Okay.
Cyrix!
I'm waving in this direction because that's where my TV is. That's showing me the stream.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, there's still some treasure that hasn't been sold. So you're changing the scythe for the spear that has the.
And shout out to Dweebfire as well.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So yes.
So the Salamander Spear is a +1 long spear with the additional fire point of damage. It doesn't do a full d6, but
It also has reach. Pokey pokey.
are you guys carrying around the 8 Voslandic Masterwork longswords? These are the things that you got off of the Caryatid.
I'm
columns.
recommending we don't.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
How about a single spare on Galeth?
Well, yeah, I'll take one because I busted my masterwork longsword
Okay.
when I was fighting.
Right.
All right. The Voslandic blades do +1 to confirm critical hits. That +1 doesn't stack with other sources. And are you selling these or are you keeping them?
Sell?
Okay, so I'll put that in the sell pile. And
Unless
then,
somebody's planning on making a weird golem.
did you make the swap in the character sheet with the spear?
I just handled my side of it.
Okay, so I will erase the spear.
Yep.
And then
And
can
then-
you paste in to Divi the Reaper of Ruin? Is that going to anyone? That's kind of what I wanted to. It's another magical weapon. Yeah.
Yeah.
What does the Reaper of Ruin do again? Which is a +1 side.
Ornate.
Okay.
Cool.
+1 ornate side.
Yeah, this was carried by the orc doom
Yeah.
priest that led the attack on Runeshod.
I pasted a name into Mibbit, which is a Nordic mythological boar.
Okay. So the A and E is an A sound.
I think so.
Sariminer.
Sayrimnir.
Sayrimnir, yeah.
Okay.
What? Sarah the Sow.
The story about this apparently is that this boar was a thing that the Acer and the Einherjar ate every night and then brought it back to life the next day so that they could eat it again.
That is
That's a
disturbing.
So
the
that
fuck?
that actual boar probably exists somewhere in the magical realm. So we won't give it the exact
most
name.
pissed off boar ever.
Sayrim.
Let's call it Piggy.
Sayrim. We'll leave off the near part.
Call
There'll
Bacon.
be no eating of this boar.
Call him Bacon. Trust me.
Isn't that right?
Basically,
awesome.
this is Gallup is making a joke.
Yeah. Lodric likes the joke because
Which, if you speak Boslandic, you
Yeah.
can probably understand it.
Sayrim. We'll leave off the eating part. Don't worry.
The pig doesn't know that you're making fun of it, but the gods
As you
do.
wish.
But the gods.
Suddenly we're surrounded by Einherjar. Oh shit.
How dare you insult the great sacred pig of eating? Okay, so Sarum, are you heading out?
I think so.
I think
And then,
so.
and
Yeah,
then
let's
what was the how are you transporting weak ass little wizard?
We're going to put him on a
That's right.
on a cart,
Okay, so you guys go and sequester a cart
and we can probably stick Rosie on there too.
at the gate.
May as well.
We
What
taking
speed
Lemmy
does
with us. We're
everyone-
leaving him
does-
behind.
What
Even let
speed
me
does
behind.
everyone
Sorry, you can-
travel at?
I got him.
Thanks. What speed is everyone traveling at in the horses? 50?
it'll be 40, I think.
I can go 50, but just because I'm cool like that.
I don't think the pig on the pulling the wagon can go 50.
So are we heading north or west?
Okay, so the heavy wagon, yeah, the pig probably drops by 10 feet pulling the wagon. Oberon climbs into the wagon. Lemio, are you going to the wagon?
For now. Yeah.
Is Rosie being put in the wagon?
Yeah.
Why can't it walk outside?
It's too slow. It's too slow.
This
Boys,
insulting.
You know, if you cast your
don't worry, Oberon.
long strider, it'll move faster.
Don't worry, Oberon. Her feelings don't get hurt that easy. He puts her in.
She hisses
don't
at
mind
Oberon.
riding with
Oberon's got
you.
his hands up against the wall. As Rosie,
Oh, she'll protect you.
the giant skunk. So Rosie's growing, but at this point in time, she's like 5 feet long, probably 6 or 7 feet
Okay.
long with her big bushy tail.
He doesn't lift her.
Yeah, you kind of like help her up. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, the same way you don't lift like a 100-pound dog.
Let
when
me-
you're
let me
using it to get
playing
into the
with her.
car. What's that?
Lemmy's playing with her.
Oh yeah, she's accustomed
She's
to
an
you guys
animal.
now. She's
I'm
been
a
around for a
druid.
couple of months. Yeah, so she likes Lemmy's pets, and Lemmio has little treats for her. Hogs.
Little traits that come from.
Never met a pig I wouldn't eat. Okay.
I liked Boris Bacon off. That was pretty funny.
So in the back of the wagon, they're making jokes about. We'll say that the party members are making jokes about what to call the pig, even though Locric's already gone with the name that Sir Galitha had made. Let me switch to the map, like the overland map.
Jeez, this thing had 28-inch long tusks. That's a real dire boar right there.
This dire boar's tusks have been filed down because it was trained initially as a beast of burden as opposed to a beast of war. But if you let them grow out, eventually it will be quite impressive. Vosgard campaign. So let's look at the campaign world for a second here. Why are we staring at our ugly mugs?
Oh my god.
This world is dark and scary.
This can't be. I have dark vision now.
This is not the right one. Okay, give me.
I've got snow in my hair, and the hairline was down about 1.5 centimeters compared to now.
There we go.
Okay, maybe I'll put a token down for representing the party. There's Runeshod. They said that the tracks from the wagon led to the river. And then north is where there's a giant pack of dire wolf riding orcs that are attacking towns. And then this is the path that the very brave Azildan took to go scouting all the way to the edge of the Elderwood and then back during the downtime. And we might handle things like that a little bit differently the next time we do downtown.
Right.
But that was really cool and brave of them. Let me find a token to put down for the party. Do you guys want a particular symbol for the party?
Our shield thingy.
A shield.
Yeah, the shield
All right.
thing.
I don't actually have a drawing of like what a shield would look like in star formation, but let's just look up epic shield.
Hexagon, dude. There you go. It's a card hexagon. The traveling shield.
Imagine you spoke Latin and somebody said, "I want ours to be called Team Circle." Like,
Right.
Our symbol's a circle.
I call it the brown circle of quality. Dilbert reference.
Is that below the black diamond or the blue triangle or the blue square?
Damn it, token tool! You gave me. I can make a
Shout
hex
out
token,
to
but the
Mega
hexes
Mark,
are
welcome.
the wrong way. Well, let's make it a circle.
Guys, whenever we're talking about this is viewers. Whenever we're talking about like names or anything, just throw them out there. If you got one that's good, we'll grab it.
Or we'll laugh at your awesome.
Or we'll
jokes.
laugh. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cyrix has been quite involved. It's awesome. Thanks.
Okay. So save.
Now let's go kill orcs.
Actually, if you Google Skyrim block skill, the constellation for the shield comes
Oh,
up.
yeah, actually.
I will do that later because I just finished creating the Aegis symbol.
That's fine, yeah,
So,
that's cool. Okay.
So there's
Oh yeah, look at that.
there's your token of where you guys
Perfect.
where you guys are at this point. It's kind of a dragon eating his own tail.
Yep.
I want to be the
An
middle
Ouroboros,
one.
I believe, is the name of that symbol. A snake eating its own tail.
The Ouroboros is the dudes from Resident Evil 4.
It's good to be the king.
That also had slimy monster tentacle things. It might have been made in Japan.
What?
Okay.
Mark knows.
So you're standing out of rune shod. Some of the guards are peeking over the edges of the walls and from the towers, and they're watching with keen interest with what you're doing. They help you hook up a wagon and watch everyone climb inside. A couple of them chuckled when they saw the skunk getting into the back with the Lemmy and the wizard. Like they found it funny too.
All right, Hazelden.
Raiding
know how
orc
far
band
north?
bad.
Do you know how far north these dire wolves will be?
Well, I've been north. I can tell you where the main camp is, or at least one of them.
Give me a survival
My
check.
guess is what they got a raiding party up north. They're going to take back whatever loot they find out west. That being said, doesn't mean they're gone now.
Speaking of railroads, Cyrix. Cyrix is talking about derailing railroad trains and that sort of thing. Give me a survival check.
Yeah. You want a survival check, everybody?
Well, those
Lemmy
that
will
are
sit on
trackers
the
and have
board.
the skill,
Lemmy will sit on the boar.
I'm going to spend a mythic point just because I can. So I got 23. Plus
I would save those. It's gonna be a long day.
Shut up. So I got 29.
Okay, so you see it right away. The tracks from the cart are still here.
Well, we can follow the tracks from the car. It's pretty simple.
No, I screwed up. All right. 18.
Okay.
Seems a sound plan.
They curl around the north and then western side of the town, and then start heading out into the hills towards the river. You see actually the tracks of guys on horseback that came out of the town and followed the tracks for a little bit. So it's like you don't need to be a tracker almost to follow.
Yeah.
To follow this.
Listen, just a heads up. I can start scouting at any point. Can move quite quickly. I.e., your elemental.
Hold on. I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do we make...
Don't speak so loud. You're startling the skunk.
How do we make a mobile campfire?
A what?
Campfire that we can move.
Do you need a source of light or heat? I'm not sure what you're talking about.
So we can cook stuff while we go.
You need heat.
Yeah, we'll start a fire. It's not a big deal.
But then we walk and the fire stays behind. Or it's tiny torch fire. We can't make stew with tiny torch.
This is really the thing on your mind right now?
Yes.
It's a mystery.
Booker always thinks about food.
is what he says. Is he?
His eyes look at Oberon like, oh.
As much as Oberon thought it was a stupid idea, he's actually thinking about it right now.
Oh, bloody hell, he infected him.
A warm meal is always welcome.
We also can make potion that fire.
Let's see where these tracks go, and then we can stop for something to eat.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
2 minutes out of town, stop to make food.
Stop! You could go fire.
Where are the heroes? They were actually right over there.
People from the town
Still,
see us.
still right
What are
there.
you doing?
I have heroic hunger.
And then you task the fucking mage to make a fucking mage's ready bake oven.
Morton Canaan's easy bake oven.
Okay, Hidden's easy bake oven. Nice. Okay, so you guys are chuckling at the beginning of any journey, you know, kind of chuckling as you're leaving town, and you guys are in good mood. You're easily following these tracks. You see where the horses decided to stop. They get to a series of hills where the tracks kind of wind their way through the hills. Immediately, those that have, like, I would say the tracker is Zildin's like, yeah, if I were to ambush us here, I would probably stick an archer up on there and an archer up on here. And you get the sense that the horses slowed down, decided not to keep on going further, and return back to town. But the cart path you can still see. It hasn't rained. It hasn't rained since the message.
cart arrived.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe give me a minute. I'll go scout ahead, see if I see anything. It's a good spot for an ambush up there.
Hold on a second, let me come along. Actually, how far out are we, Marty?
You are still in this hex, 12-mile hexes, I believe.
Okay.
I'm going to assume it's 12-mile hexes. I forget. I made this map so long ago. We'll call it 12-mile. So basically it's 2 miles to the river. You're about a mile out. 5,000 feet away from the town. You can turn around and you can see it. It's right up there. In fact, there are probably still guards on the walls watching you.
Alright, let's move.
No, they haven't given up yet.
You were asking about weather. Give me a second. Logs charts. I've got a really neat random weather chart that is done by Don John, Donjon.
Don Johnson.
They have a really cool.
Johnson.
It is a cloudy day, probably low 70s. A light wind coming from the south.
Can someone say electrocution?
No, it is not a suitable day for your storm spells.
Well, boo-hoo.
Blue sky, fluffy clouds.
Can someone say summoning?
Yeah.
Alright.
Summon. No, we can't.
Focus or you fall off the wolf.
Okay, give me a stealth check and a survival check, as Zildin, as you're gonna go kind of. As Zildin does a low run through the grasses and disappears into the hill.
Alright, I'm gonna spend a mythic point. No, I'm not. Screw it.
Okay.
Does a piss poor job of scouting, hiding himself.
Okay, you see he bobs his head up a few times.
Oh, as Lemmy sees him like screwing up.
2 ones in a row! Awesome!
This is Lemmy saying screwing up.
As Ilden feels good as he's gone right to the top of one of the hills.
Hey guys!
It looks safe from here!
And he might have missed some clue. But he's at the top of the hill. He doesn't see any... give me a perception, I guess, is the third roll. Let's go for 3 ones.
Come on, 1 hat trick of evil. Okay.
Okay.
Got a 10. 29.
You stand at the top of the hill for a while. You're plainly visible, unfortunately, to your own party members.
Everyone.
There are skill checks, though, so you can't really fail. You're just not doing a tremendous job at hiding.
My best day.
You can see the river from here with a 14 or 13 for tracking. You don't see any details aside from the wagon tracks. You'd actually have to go back down between the hills to continue following the wagon tracks. It's just breezy up here, and you don't see any enemies.
Alright, so he heads back down, no stealth.
Okay. He bounds.
Confident that everything's good.
He bounds back down the hill.
Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about.
The party then meanders through the 2 hills. Give me one more survival check, as you guys are coming across a different set of tracks.
Alright, I want to try in this one as well.
14, because I'm awesome.
21.
Yeah, Zildin, you seem to... Maybe it was coming back down, but Zildin kind of lost the tracks and is getting a little bit frustrated, like when he came back down the hill. Lemio, however, hopped out as you guys are getting very close to the riverside. And Lemio actually sees it. Zildin didn't recognize it because you weren't expecting that many people, but it does look like a keel boat with maybe a dozen or so men came off the keel boat. You actually see the place where they dragged the keel boat a little bit onto shore. And they then dragged a cart that was nearby, and then it's like they made camp here for an evening. There are tracks all over the place.
Okay.
21, Lemio, you suspect that these are either orcneskor or men. You're not getting the heavy armored feet that the orc warriors had.
These weren't full orcs. These were orcneskor. Or maybe men.
I saw a group of about 40 when I was scouting out the west.
How far?
Oh, other side of the mountain, really.
Alright, hold on a second. Lemmy's gonna turn into an air elemental and go scout. Give me a minute.
Wait. Air elemental, huh? You're a wild shaping air elemental guy now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes,
Lord.
sir.
Wild shape at 6th level, you can turn into
6.
elemental body. Elemental body includes
Small
Air,
elemental.
earth,
air
water.
elementals that gain a fly of 60 perfect.
Yes, sir.
For hours.
Cool. So Lemio kind of twists and turns, and he turns into this vaporous form, swirling.
So just give me a minute.
Elementals speak, so he can speak in this one.
Yes.
Give
He can
me-
also use
give me-
all of his
Well, that's
spell,
a neat
his spell
trick
trigger
now, isn't it?
weapons, regardless of where they are in his hands. So Lemio turns into a little Zephyr.
I'll take to the sky and see if I can track any of these boats, or where this
Lemio's voice coming out of like the strange wispy form.
What is
where
the
the
cloud
traffic-
talking?
As you fly away, Azildin says to the others, I think Solo Monkey's been holding out on me.
just a dash of jealousy, right?
Just a little bit.
Okay, so where's Ahmed going by himself, or where's Lemio going by himself? Ahmed?
Yeah, it'd take me 300-400 feet in high and high.
Okay.
So up, and then we'll head towards. We'll follow the river. Beep, beep, beep.
How
This is
far
running
are
speed.
you going?
The running speed. Till I see this.
You answered
should-
the distance question with the velocity, just so you know.
Yeah. How far are you
How
going?
far am I going?
At this speed, you could travel 60 miles a day in an 8-hour period.
Yeah. Go for an hour. He said west of here. He didn't cross, or did he cross the river? I'm gonna go to an hour up this way. Then I'm gonna go north 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna go south for half an hour, and then come back to them. So it'll take me 2.5,
So
almost 3 hours.
to get to here is 12 hours. That's 1/5.
Oh, to get to here is 12 hours. Holy crap!
no,
son.
sorry. 12 miles to get to here. You're traveling at
For 240.
Traveling at 40 per day on if it was straight.
no. His speed is 60.
16.
Oh, he's starting like from all the way back there. Okay.
So I'll move for an hour. Along the
give me a
water?
second. 60 divided by 8. You're moving at 7.5 miles per hour. It'll take you
And
an
which-
hour and a little bit to get to from. Oh yeah, I guess you're at here. To get to here, that's
And the water is traveling towards. It's going east, right? The river here?
The river is exiting to this saltwater.
So if
sea.
they're going opposite the river. Okay.
Mhm.
So they should go slow. All right. When were they last at the camp?
A couple days ago. This is
A couple of days ago.
yep.
Crap.
The boy in the wagon arrived a couple days ago, as you guys are wrapping up your down.
Oh, I thought it was yesterday they arrived. Last night. Why did we spend a little extra days? I thought we left the next morning.
Because the pallet dunk needed to level.
Oh, I
And
thought,
we had to
I thought
finish
it was on the
gear.
last. Sure. I thought it was the last. That's
Wilbur was
fine.
in the middle of crafting. Oberon
That's
and
fine,
you
my
were in the
bad.
middle of respell research. Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. I'll go an hour and a half in that direction, and then I'll go north 15 minutes, go south half an hour to go another 50 minutes, and then I'll return with what I found. Because if I can't find anything in this range, we're gonna have to move for days.
Okay. You crest around these mountains, and you kind of see around the mountain range. I know everything's kind of hex, kind of built like a hex, but you do go around the mountains, and in the western shadow of the mountains, you see this boat that is camped up, that is kind of pulled up alongside of the river, and the boat is an odd shaped thing. It's like it's
Okay.
made from the construct of several different types of boats.
Okay.
It's a sizable vessel. Let me just give you a short description of it.
Okay. And how many? I need to
This
know how many
description
guys are on it.
include its weight.
Jerkules.
Jerkules.
How long did it take me to fly up there, Marty? An hour, you said?
Got your boat.
It has an open deck. It sports a single mast. It's got like a launch that is pulled up on it. It seems to have a stable area, like kind of in the middle of the deck. There is a very large ballista that is at the prow of the boat. There are hatches that lead to decks below. The boat itself.
Decks. Okay.
Yeah, the boat itself is 10, 20, 30, 30. Give me a second. It's like over 100 feet long. This is really big river barge. And
Does it look like
it's crawling with orcneskor.
Okay. Do they have any insignias or markings on them?
No, they are not wearing metal armor. Some of them might have
They're not wearing
chainmail
metal.
or chain shirts, but they seem to
They
be
look
at
like
rest.
sailors.
They found a natural spot in the river where the river kind of rides along a sort of like a stony bank that acts as a natural dock for them. It looks like they've docked here before because there are tents and actually small huts and things that are along the side of the dock. And I'll put this mark on the map. This is Zildin saw this boat too. It was there when he was scouting. So we'll call it the Rock Dock.
How long is the docks? So a couple of questions. You said there's like an alcove almost where the ship is. How wide is that alcove if I wanted to close it off?
No, it's not like they've gone into anywhere area. The river's still flowing by the boat, but it seems to be a slower flow, kind of off to the side.
Okay. And how deep's the water?
This is a massive river, so if the boat sunk in the middle of the river, you wouldn't be able to see its mast.
Okay, got it. But where they are?
Where they are, you'd have to go much closer.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. I'm not gonna.
Deep enough for the boat.
Yeah. Okay. And can I get a quick count, just of who's running around?
Sure.
And if there's like a captain or anything like that, or a specific place of interest.
How am I going to do this? I created a map for the boat. I guess I'll show you the map of the boat. Because you're spying on it. 1 second. Let's save this. Open.
It's probably easier for me to smash their boat than it is to run away with it, but that's still funny.
Yeah, I was thinking about Wilbur just walks down and just punches through the hole.
Those that are visible above deck, you would describe them as actual sailors. Like they seem to be doing things with the ropes and the mast and that sort of thing. You count 9 of them that are visible. There are 6 others that don't seem to be doing work, but they're standing around. They've got spears and bows.
Okay, so
there's about 6 of those. 2 of them seem to be doing some maintenance or cleaning of the ballista that's at the front of the ship.
By ballista, do you mean like a harpoon?
No, like a giant
cannon?
crossbow ballista.
Giant crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't actually see the map in map tools.
Yeah,
I see 4 yellow squares.
Because I didn't make it visible.
Gotcha. I was like, that's a weird looking ship, let me tell you.
Player visible.
Floating blocks.
And then I need to...
Keelboat.
Keelboat.
Loading. Oh,
cool.
crap, son. Why did it disappear?
Didn't see nothing.
Yeah, I was putting on Fog of War.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All I saw was like, wow, and then it's gone. Like, what?
It's a big, ugly thing that they seem to have kind of built together from various ships.
Oh, I was zoomed too far out. There's a pixel on my screen.
The forecastle is kind of like up and above, but there's the maps showing some stuff in internal buildings on the boat that I don't want to show.
That mini is awesome.
Yeah, they look cool.
And once I
sailors, yeah.
Once I finish unfogging, kind of in a really strategic way, not showing them the innards of the boat, I will then share it with the audience. So I realize I'm being a dick right
Also, shout out to the audience. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
A couple more people just joined in the last few minutes.
Cool.
I'm a little busy right now. Otherwise, I'd shut up.
The druid in air elemental form is now kind of flying 400 feet up in the sky above this boat, and it looks like they might be camping, or they might be just doing like maintenance or routine
knowledge. Yeah, I don't have it. I was gonna say, if I want to disable something like this, how would I do it? I would personally go for the mast.
Like
But-
the whole boat?
Yeah.
Torpedoes. I don't know.
Lemmy's going to
without knowledge checks, you can make pretty normal guesses on how to.
So ignore that request. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scout west a little bit, like 10-15 minutes, see if there's a good spot for us to, like, if any narrowing or a good spot for us to attack it. And once I do that, I'm going to return. If I can't find anything, that's fine. But like, I'm going to spend 10 minutes checking that out. Then I'm going to head back, and I'm going to start looking for a path for us to head over there on land.
Okay, so you found
So
you found the rock dock, and then you're going
Yeah.
further west to find a choke in the river.
Yeah, a little bit, just by 10 minutes. See if there's anything up, like near the front, that can be advantageous for us to attack from. If there isn't, that's fine. I'll head back and start looking for a path through the mountains to where we are, so that we can get across. Like, you know what I mean? Like a path
Yeah.
for us to be traveling on land with a wagon.
Yep. The mountains that I believe are called the Skatey Horn Mountains. That northern trek of the river is probably not a good path to travel by foot. It looks like.
Okay, so you.
It looks like this length does not look like it would be easily traversable. In fact, most of the cart paths and the ways that others have traveled, it's obvious that they cross the river and then they use the southern shore.
All right.
The path of least
Okay.
resistance, basically.
Lemmy's got a
rock
great
dock,
idea.
However, does have a cart trails that lead into this area. Like, it might connect with this. You actually don't know what that is, but you do
It
see
goes
that
somewhere.
there are paths that go that way. Yeah.
Okay, so Lemmy's gonna run back.
Okay. Give me a perception check on the way back.
Okay. My perceptionis. La. Plus that. 32.
Okay, you do notice the stone tower high up in the mountains on the western side of this
Yeah.
mountain. As you're flying back, you're like, oh, there's something up there.
Okay. Mental note, and we'll keep heading back.
Okay. Do you have
Not
any
priority.
Do you have any knowledge, architecture, engineering?
I do not. I have knowledge. None of your business. I've got knowledge, nobility, history, arcana, nature. Oh, it'd be hard to get that stone up there.
With a
No, I don't have any.
32, there are paths that wind down from the mountains and then go in this direction
Going what direction?
towards
Sorry.
Runeshad.
Okay. I want to see those paths, like follow those, like figure out see where they end up.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's not quite like a road, but there is a path that has been cut over the years through up towards the tower, and it just sort of spills out into the foothills of the mountains. You could walk
Right.
up to the tower, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. That's fine. That's okay. I'll head back to the guys.
All right. Give me a percentile.
Okay.
This is for a random mountain encounter.
36.
Okay. So you don't see any threats or beasts. or
Dragons.
Dragons.
I don't see
or-
the dragon.
No. Mountain random encounters are really awful. So.
Yeah, if you're at level 1 and you're in a mountain, you're fucked.
It's a bunch of giants. It's some trolls. Yeah.
What did you guys do for several hours while you were waiting for Lemmy?
Isn't it been like 3 hours maybe?
Following along the...
We're saying things like, don't they say it was just going to be a fucking minute?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, eh?
I guess we make lunch. After 20 minutes, fuck it, we're eating.
After traveling for 2 miles, they make camp.
The guards are like,
Mystic
these guys,
heroes,
are not-
guys.
these guys aren't really getting anywhere, are they?
Uker's cleaning some pots by the river after lunch has already been eaten. Did you save any lunch for Lemmy?
No, we didn't. You know what?
After the first
Marty.
hour, we'd had. After an hour and a half later, I ate it.
Marty.
Between Urcho, the dire boar, the dire wolf, and the dire skunk.
Yep.
Yeah, there's lots of dire there. All the dire.
Can I get a dire
Marty,
horse,
quick
Marty?
question for you. Where is the river always raging, or is there spots in it that are calmer?
There are spots along the river that are calmer.
Okay, is there anything close to here?
Yes,
Okay, excellent. Let me know as soon as I get back to the group.
you're back.
All right. Poof.
No, not proof. It was 3 hours.
It's been 3 hours. Okay, I'm gonna stay in an elemental form. All right. They're a far ways up the river.
Wait,
They're.
how do we know you're out of cloud?
Do you hear
I hate
something on the
Really,
wind?
Says Lokrik.
Really, I hate you guys.
And Lokrik pretends to ignore you.
We've got to move. I found them. They've got a huge boat. They're all a bunch of orcneskor. They look fairly organized. They're on the north side of the river. We've got to get moving as soon as possible.
You mean on the other side of the
We're gonna-
mountains?
On the other side of the mountains, but we're gonna have to cross the river somewhere
That's
over
what I
here.
told you.
I found a nice spot for us to cross.
It's a fine spot to cross. It's a little village not far from Runeshod. They'll take you across for a silver piece.
I don't have much time for that. I'll just get everyone here to walk on the water. Uker, carry this thing, and we'll move across.
The place where the fisherman gave you a ferry across is a mile away.
I can see it. It's right there.
I'll just put a little dot here as you guys are exploring. There's
Okay. It's that close. Right, fine.
fisherman Hamlet.
Hi, Hank. It's
All right,
me
fine.
again. Can I get across?
It's gonna take a while to bring everything, all them
Look,
across.
all I'm saying is, what is it? Water.
Use the
water
folks
walking?
that
Remember how it's
defended
called.
Runeshod, aren't you?
Yeah, it's us.
Hmm.
How? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you guys wandered the fisherman's village, and you're talking to this guy. If you got the silver, I got the time to ignore my nets for a while and ferry you across.
Yeah, we got it.
I'd be happy to pay you.
He smiles at that, and he gets a bunch of other fishermen. Apparently, he will share in the spoils of playing ferryman instead of fisherman. And soon, we'll say it takes a couple of hours for him to gather up all the people in boats and to load up all the animals and ferry you guys across in these small fishing boats. The difficult part will probably be the really big pig and the wagon, but they do it.
Yeah.
So a couple hours later,
Marty-
after 3 hours, which was late morning, so you're about 4 p.m. and you're finally on the far side of the thing.
Yay!
Marty, how long did it take
traveling.
to get everyone across?
Couple
Couple
hours.
Okay, I still have 3 hours as an air elemental. Can I take the 3 hours and just quickly look for the orcs up here? Travel for an hour.
So traveling for an hour and then traveling back. Yeah, you'd have an hour to kind of whip around this northern part of
Exactly.
the house. Okay, give
I want to see where they are.
give me 3 perception checks.
Is it 3 number sign?
Yep.
Yep.
Number 1's for the mountains. Number 2 is for the hills, and number 3 is for the plains, if it matters.
25, 24, 20.
Okay.
Wow. Roll well, probably.
While
Damn
you're
it.
passing by the mountains, you spotted this really large creature herding sheep along the mountain path.
Okay. Mental note. Along the path to
Yeah.
the tower?
Yep.
Huh. Interesting.
Some sort of
Okay.
giant lives up there.
Okay. No orcs.
And like he had like 40 sheep. Like he's just kind of herding them up. Yep.
Boogity boo.
No orcs.
Just one giant and a bunch of sheep.
Okay, that's fine. I head back to the group.
Like that. You don't finish. Oh no!
Oh, no,
That was the first perception check.
Sorry. Okay,
DC
okay, yeah.
24. Now you're in the northern hills north of Runeshod. You do see that there are some villages and farms over here.
Yeah.
As this place has been settled for some time. You don't see any burned out villages, although they're kind of like lonesome. They're not villages. They're more like hamlets and like farmsteads.
Okay.
Near the northern part of it, you do see a couple that have recently been burned, probably within the last year. You don't see any orcs in the hills as you're whipping around.
Okay.
And
the last one was
in
20.
the plains themselves, nothing significant. There are no farmsteads out that you can see. They seem to be mostly clustered along the sides of the hills, almost like for protection. And there may be more hamlets and farmsteads along the river. Yeah. But you don't see any. You don't see any considerable thing. It's starting to approach dusk. Oh, actually, no. It's 4 p.m. 4 p.m. on a nice day.
So I head back to the group.
Okay. You don't see on your return visit. You don't see the big giant thing and his sheep anymore. They've probably. He was going up the mountain. If that helped.
They were going up towards the tower, right? The same path that I saw earlier.
Yes. Yeah.
So it looks like he takes them to the grasslands or the hills where they.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a knowledge of nature.
Alrighty. Knowledge
Profession shepherd.
Yeah.
Profession guy with sheep. I said knowledge of nature.
Yeah.
Okay. 1d that plus that. 11.
Mark, you've turned into a chandelier.
I'm a druid.
11.
I'm not rolling well, guys.
It's a minor observation. So likely the giant, if he herds sheep, brings his sheep down from the mountains into a place where he can actually feed his sheep. You didn't see pasture land near the tower. It's probably in the foothills that he.
Yeah. He takes them to eat and then he brings them back. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right.
Lemmy returns as the party's handing over 1 silver piece per head and I guess extra silver for the wagon. I don't know who's paying that, but
Zildin will pay. I already took the money off.
Oh, okay.
This
I
time,
give him a flat. I just give him a gold flat because Zildin's just got no real concept of money and what to do with it. Is this enough?
It's a shiny thing.
is it enough? 5 plus 3 mounts plus a wagon. Yep, I believe that's.
With a little bitty baby tip.
Yeah. He seems to warm up to Azildin this time. Like, low charisma doesn't mean you could never have friends. It just means that initial reactions are hard.
Yeah.
Anytime, Azildin. Anytime.
I've known him for 10 years. I still hate the bastard. Gets worse every time.
Every time with that fucking guy.
Awesome.
Okay.
High charisma, no personality is what I think you're describing.
Just
as soon as I land,
beautiful.
Marty, as soon as I land, I'm going to talk with Oberon and tell him about the weird tower. Because he remembers things really well. The path, the tower, the giant.
Yes. There's a giant that lives nearby. Interesting. Did you get a good look at what kind of giant it was?
Unfortunately not. I was trying to hurry back.
Was it
I know where the path is, I know where he is, though, so... He was a giant. It's not important right now.
You think the people of Runeshard would have mentioned a giant that lives miles away from their town?
Yeah, I've got a feeling the Jarl's keeping a few things from us.
I think that's
that fella's
they haven't been
not on
entirely
the,
open with us, despite our
Exactly.
clear desire to help.
So I'm glad that we had a village that would be able to help us to get across the river. When we go to the spot where... Well, to another spot to cross, I do have a couple of spells that will allow us to get across the river fairly quickly. We'll just walk across the water, really. So, that.
Interesting.
And Duker, you can just carry the wagon.
You know, I never thought I'd be amongst people where that was a reasonable sentence to say.
It is very reasonable.
Okay.
Oh, he's the insanely strong one.
Do you think you could swim across this river?
Yes.
Hmm.
He does it.
You challenge me? Yes.
He looks over at
a
Azzy.
full day to go 1 hex.
He looks over at Azzy with a smile and
He
says,
dives into the water and he proves to you that he can swim across the river. Make a DC 20 swim check.
I was willing to bet him coin.
Yeah.